So this is week 17, 2023 NFL TV schedule maps for 2000 week 17 of 2023 in the NFL season. The second last week of the regular season. Here in the last week of Thursday Night Football on Amazon Prime Video. There's 16 Amazon Prime Video games. There only was 15 technical Thursday under the branding Thursday Night Football, as one was considered, I think, the Thursday night game was considered Thanksgiving night special. And the first week was an NFL kickoff game. But not because of these January 1st being Monday and being the college football playoffs. ESPN decided, to just move one game, the NFL game, to Saturday. Made a deal with the NFL, have it Saturday. So both can have their exclusive window, Saturday, 8:15 p.m. ET is Detroit at Dallas, ESPN ABC. Like I said, we may miss NBC tonight. Anyways, I talked about the announcers for both and my thoughts, and this is going to be part 2 of it. So, most of the country is going to see Miami and Baltimore. The winner gets the 1 seed. The 1 seed. If Miami wins, Miami gets the 1 seed. If they win week 18, Miami has to win week 18. If they win this game, they have to win week 18 in order to get the number 1 seed. If Baltimore wins, they can rest their starters week 18. So it's going to be a big game, And then Miami might have to play out their starters week 18 for the 2 seed, maybe. Possibly. We'll see how that shakes out. But anyways, Alaska in Hawaii are getting maybe Baltimore. Most of the country is as well. That is absolutely no surprise. And then New England, most of New York, like Connecticut, Massachusetts, Vermont, Maine, Massachusetts, Oregon, New England, Buffalo, Connecticut, and a little bit of Wyoming as well. And then Indiana, Las Vegas is not all of Nevada, but a good chunk of Nevada. And the Reno area is getting. And that looks a little bit California that gets a Reno station. That's getting Las Vegas and Indianapolis. And most of Indiana, a little bit of Kentucky, and a little bit of Illinois as well. And a touch of Michigan that's getting a touch of Ohio. It just gets a Fort Wayne station, an SB station in Indiana. And then Jackson. There's just Jacksonville in the last series, and a little bit in Georgia that's getting the Jacksonville in the last series station. Most of North Carolina, most of South Carolina, except a little bit of Augusta, Georgia, Savannah, Georgia area. And then there's a little bit in Virginia. Maybe a tad of it in Tennessee. Maybe just a touch. And that Chicago, it's not all Chicago. And a little bit of that gets the Quad City, Missouri. A little bit of Missouri that gets an Illinois station. Iowa station that gets that game. And then Georgia, all of Georgia, Augusta State region, in Georgia, South regions in Georgia, and there's in South Carolina for teamers. A little bit of Tennessee gets the Georgia station, and all of New Orleans, because it is a game that impacts New Orleans for the playoffs. And then Mobile, Alabama area, and the Shreveport, Louisiana, and a little bit of Texas that gets Shreveport, Louisiana, and a little bit of Oklahoma and Arkansas that gets the Shreveport station as well. And CBS 8, most of the country is going to see Cincinnati, Kansas City, which is no surprise there. But, however, some of South Dakota, Nebraska, all of Colorado, most of New Mexico, all of Arizona, all of Utah, some of Nevada, yeah, a good bit of Idaho, Wyoming, Montana, most of Wyoming, Montana, and a little bit of Santa Barbara, Los Angeles, San Diego, a little bit of Arizona, and a couple of stretches of Arizona, and Vancouver. That's how they chose Denver. Now, the Fox single window is where things get interesting. Things are getting interesting in the Fox single window. No. So, it looks like the featured game is Pittsburgh and Seattle. Both are 8-7, and both are fighting for wildcard spots. If Pittsburgh loses, most likely they'll be out of the wildcard race. Maybe they'll have a thin chance. Most likely they're out in the AFC wildcard race. If Seattle loses, they're 8-8. Still have some hope week 18. But some things may have to go right for them as to stay afloat week 18. Well, that's most of the country. A good swap of the country is going to get that game. However, there are some swaps of the country that are going to get them. Arizona, Pittsburgh, or Philadelphia. It's the Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the HBG area, the SGC area, Pennsylvania, and a little bit of New Jersey, and maybe Maryland. Possibly. No, it's just Maryland. A little bit of Maryland, maybe. Rhode Island, possibly. Man, it's off Arizona. A little bit of Nevada and Arizona. They have, California. They get an Arizona station. Of New Mexico, a little bit of Denver, a little bit of Colorado. They get a New Mexico station. Not the Houston area. Austin, San Antonio, Corpus Christi, Rio Grande Valley, the Houston area. Down that area where there's Houston Texans fans area. And then you get Oklahoma, most of Nebraska, most of Kansas, some of Missouri, a little bit of Arkansas. So, and then you have and then you have LA Rams and New Giants. It's the Santa Barbara, Bakersfield, Los Angeles, San Diego areas. As well as most of New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, a little bit of Massachusetts, some of Vermont, and a little bit of Vermont in that area there. Then we have San Francisco, Washington. That's a big swap of the country. Most of Iowa's can get that. A little bit of Missouri. Well, a good bit of the DC of the Maryland area. A good bit of the Maryland. Not all Maryland. A little bit of Maryland. Most of Virginia. And a little bit of West Virginia. And then it's a little bit of Nebraska. All of Colorado. Most of Colorado. Most of Utah. A good bit of Nevada. And we have a good bit of San Francisco area. Northern California. A little bit of Oregon. A little bit of the Wyoming area. Most of Wyoming. A tiny little bit of Idaho. Well, I guess this is probably a Salt Lake City station or Salt Lake City repeater from Utah. And then that's with Aline Rashad. Adams and Giants is Concluder Sanchez. Arizona, Philadelphia is Jordius Gerald Johnson. New Orleans and Tampa Bay. Kimberger, Greg Olson. Now it's Omaha, Nebraska area. We got the Kansas City area, Kansas City, Missouri area, Topeka, Kansas area. St. Louis area. Seal area. We have the Arkansas area. We have the Shreveport, Louisiana area, the Baton Rouge, New Orleans of Louisiana, most of Arkansas, most of Mississippi and Alabama. Yeah, not all of Georgia, a good bit of Georgia, except for the Atlanta area. Yeah, Metro. We have most of South Carolina, most of Florida, except for Jacksonville in West Palm Beach and Memories for the Jaguars or Miami Dolphins. You're not gonna see the scheme, but the rest of Florida is. So the main metros of Florida. We have the Cincinnati, Ohio area. Urban, you know, this is a pseudo game in some areas of the country. With, like Kansas City and like Cincinnati, Ohio area. Even the late game is going to be considered the featured game across the country. However, for the early window, the featured game is North of Tampa Bay. And then we have Cincinnati, Louisville, Kentucky. And the Kansas City, they're going to show up for because of the fact that there's a big game on CBS. Cincinnati, Kansas City, and those areas. A huge. And then we have Tennessee, Houston, Austin, San Antonio, Corpus Christi, Rio Grande Valley, Houston area, siege areas, and that's a little bit of Chicago, and then a little bit of Missouri, a little bit of Arkansas and Mississippi, a little bit of Alabama, a tiny little bit of Georgia, tiny little touch, probably a tiny little touch. I think it's like Tennessee stations and upper Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, maybe in Lexington, Kentucky area. Maybe a little bit of like it's not Knoxville station or like a Kentucky repeater and like station in Virginia in North Carolina. Maybe a touch. And that is it. And the rest of the countries, it's going to get Pittsburgh at CL late. Yeah, so you can see right here the red where Pittsburgh at CL. Wait,